All right, Isaac Harris, let's get into this conversation and this question that Kristaps Porzingis was asked about his role. And we'll hear from Brad Townsend. He's the voice you're going to hear first, and then we'll hear from Kristaps Porzingis about it.
Or power forward, which you did some of last year too. But what is kind of the biggest adjustment for you, really having to go back and forth between the two positions? How comfortable are you doing that if that's what's needed?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, it is. This, I don't know. It doesn't matter as much, maybe, because me and Dwight, we talk on a court. Dwight's great, communicating stuff, and sometimes I'm the trailer, he's the trailer, and so on, and there's some. I mean, it is what it is, and we're trying to make it work, and I hope I'll have my opportunities within the offense.
All right, so that is Kristaps Porzingis, and the last statement there, and Brad Townsend had this, and he tweeted it out, and the last statement that Porzingis said is the one that is kind of in question between Isaac and I and some other people too, because Brad took it as it is what it is. When Kristaps Porzingis was asked about his role, it is what it is, and we try to make it work and hope I'll have my opportunities in the offense. Now, let's move back a little bit, because with Porzingis, this is a question about Dwight Powell has been playing center. He's been starting and playing center. And even when Porzingis came back recently, he played the 4 next to Dwight, who was playing the 5. Now, we talked about this all last year about how Dwight plays the 5 on offense and he plays the 4 on defense. And Porzingis plays the 4 on offense and the 5 on defense and all that kind of stuff. But how does he feel about it this season? And how does he feel about this change, this transition, and dealing with, this kind of a change in role, I guess, for Porzingis, because he's pretty particular about some of this stuff.
He definitely is. Yeah, he's expressed that, after games, he's expressed that, after practices, that he likes playing the 5. He likes offensively playing the 5 too. There's just it opens up and gives him a lot more flexibility of what he can do offensively. And even when he says this, that one of the, the big things with being the 5 is, you're the trailer a lot, and you take the ball out of bounds normally after a made basket, you come down and you catch the ball, and the offense kind of just goes through you like that. The 4th, the 4 in the offense, a lot of times you're standing in the corner, and that's just how they kind of running that offense stuff. So a little bit more options, flexibility when he's playing the 5. And yeah, I mean, I'm curious on what they do, because we've seen Luka play very, very well when he plays with the roller, whether it's Dwight or Willie. But KP likes playing a 5 too, and it just gives you a different type of look. And hey, worst comes to worst, like, you have options. Like that's the cool thing about it is, hey, you have options when you're looking at it from a bird's eye view of it. But there's also players' opinions and players, comfortability and all of that you're navigating too as a coach. So I think honestly, I think they'll go back to KP at the 5 and Dorian or Maxey at the 4.
I think they will too. That's what they've tried to lean in. That starting lineup with KP at the 5, Maxey at the 4, Dorian, Richardson, and Luka has been really good. That lineup has been really good, even if it hasn't necessarily been great to start games. We've seen recently that they've kind of struggled, but they have been a good lineup overall. Now, the question with Porzingis is that last sentence, and hope that I'll have my opportunities in the offense. It can sound, if you listen to it, and it's a little bit like blue dress, gold dress kind of deal, right? Where it's kind of like you hear what you hear, or those things where you can listen to something and hear two things. And it depends on your take going into it, I think. Does it sound like he says, I'll have my opportunities to lead the offense? Like, that is a completely different thing than I'll have my opportunities in the offense or to be in the offense or something. And I tried to analyze it and tried to lip read it and tried to go through it all, and I just can't tell. And so I guess I'm going to go with what Brad Townsend said here. But if Porzingis did say have my opportunities to lead the offense, kind of goes with some of the other stuff we've been thinking about Porzingis. He wants a bigger role. He wants to be featured, all that kind of stuff. And it makes it just adds a little bit more friction of Porzingis coming back and him and Luka and all that. So we're taking out the microscope again on this one, right? Like we've done all season, and we've been fully admitting that we are taking out the microscope in this because we want to know what Porzingis actually thinks. He says, what he thinks at times, and he's been critical, or he's been specific about what he wants, where he wants to play in the offense, and he's told things to the media that he's told to coaches and all that. So this is another opportunity I think that we're going to take to say, well, what did you say though? Did you say you want to lead the offense at times? Which I guess is fine if Luka is out, but what did he really mean by that even further, if we want to take that another step forward?
Even how he answered this question. I mean, you guys can go back on, if you're watching on YouTube, or go push
pauses, man. Like Brad put that pause in there on the transcript on purpose.
But like you seen him on that, go push the 30 seconds back on whatever podcast. If you're listening to Odyssey app,
Or if you watch it on YouTube, you can see the clip.
Yeah, just go back and rewatch it, and just you can see how he's answering.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, okay, we know
Dwight's great. Dwight's great. He's great at communicating. I love playing with Dwight. Nothing against Dwight.
It really isn't a Dwight thing. You can just tell that he wants to say, yeah, I freaking want to play 5, and that's where he said that before, how much he likes playing the 5. So, but he's also wanting to be a good teammate on it too, and yeah, so I'm curious to see what that looks like. Once he comes back on Wednesday. Hopefully, he comes back on Wednesday, and going into the playoffs. And a lot of it depends on, and maybe we can transition into playoff stuff right now, but a lot of that goes into what match